Hey, it's Laura. Welcome back to my channel where I want to help you know God and make Him known. And in this video, I want to talk about the creativity of God and some really cool things and really kind of creepy things that He made. I think the creativity of God is something that we don't really think of. I mean, if I were to ask you, so what are some attributes of God? Creative might not make the top 10. And yet, He is so creative. I mean, we can just look around at animals, say a giraffe, make this cool creature, and then woo, he like stretched out his neck. Or we could look at penguins and how cute they are. They waddle. This bird that swims. I mean, how crazy, right? Well, let me tell you about the glowworms. I'm not sure if you have ever heard of them or seen them. I guess if you are in Australia, you know all about them because that's where they live. But they basically are a worm that catches flying insects to eat. All right, how creative of God to make this worm be able to catch something that flies. I mean, crazy, right? Okay, but the process of how it works is even more fascinating because it gives us some really interesting truths that we can see in Scripture, actually. Okay, so this glowworm, it is actually made. So what it does, it lives in caves, and this worm is on the ceiling, and it lets out this like goop out of its body, and the goop this goo is made out of it's bioluminescent. And so here it is glowing in this cave. And of course, flying animals are attracted to flying, this light, just like a bug zapper, and the insects fly right into it, get stuck in the goo, and the worms like sucks up the goo and devours it. Crazy, right? Here's his worm. But this is where it gets even weirder. Okay, so I was in the middle of writing a book about this, so I'm reading off my book. Okay, let's see. The blue-green light is produced by a chemical reaction between luciferin, a waste product produced by the glowworm, and the enzyme luciferase. And in the presence of oxygen and a form of energy known as ATP. So basically, when the insect is caught, the glowworm reels it up and, starts getting it and eating it and stuff. But how crazy. Does that strike you as weird that this worm that parades as light wants to lure and then kill and destroy, and it happens through this chemical reaction between luciferin, a waste product, and an enzyme called luciferase. Okay, Satan's name is Lucifer, and he is the great deceiver, all right, who parades as an angel of light. And how crazy that his job is to steal, kill, and destroy. So here these glowworms, these creative things that God created, show us that sometimes we need to be leery of the things that we can be lured into, just like temptation, right? Just a little thing, or it's like, oh, this won't hurt anybody, or that won't be that bad. That's just the tip of the iceberg, and you're lured. You're like ensnared, just like a fish on a hook, right? So even just that first bite, that first look, that first thought is actually a snare, just like the little glowworm. Like those little insects, when they're caught in the goo, oh, look at that little shiny goo. And then they're stuck, and they're ensnared, they're sucked upward and devoured. And that's what the enemy wants to do to us. And that's why God tells us to watch and pray that you're not deceived, because the enemy prowls around like a roaring lion, seeking someone to devour. So watch and pray. Be attentive to the things that tempt you. Know what the schemes of the enemy are. Schemes in the Greek word means a tailor-fit plan. Like the scheme that the enemy has for you is tailor-fit for you. The way that you're tempted is not the same way the person next to you is tempted. Although no temptation is unique. It's all common to man. And God will provide a way for you to stand under it. And stand up under it. So look to Jesus, watch, and then pray. And don't let this be a worrisome thing to you, because God will come through for you. When you see a temptation, call out to him and his grace will be sufficient. So I hope this is encouraging by looking at the crazy critters of glowworms. All right, thanks for watching. Like and subscribe below. Hit the bell, because then you'll be notified of new videos, which I post weekly. And share this if you're encouraged. All right, thanks for watching. Bye-bye.